Hi, Higher Admin, and welcome to another online learning week. We are now on to week 5, I think it is. So, this is your working practices theory lesson. So, it's not going to be too long, this one, and the questions you've got for after it aren't much either. So, we should get through your theory lesson fairly sharpish this week, so it won't be a big task at all, sorry. So, let's get started. So what are we going to cover in this lesson? So we're going to look at types of contracts, we're going to look at working hours, and we're going to look at the kind of mode of work that you can be working in as well. So let's get started. So the first type of contract that we're going to look at is full-time work, the one that most people will be familiar with. So this is when employees work on an average of about 35 to 40 hours a week. It's usually from 9 to 5. You work 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. And in actual fact, the average working week in the UK is actually the longest in Europe. There are many countries who only work a 4-day week. Some work much shorter hours, although it's 5 days. Some also work at totally different times. Some don't start till maybe say 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, but finish later on at night. So we are in fact the longest average working week in the EU, but not anymore. We've also got part-time contracts, so the employee's basic hours are less than full-time. The number of hours and the days of the week worked will vary and depend on what is agreed between the employer and the employee. Part-time employees are entitled to the same wage rates, working conditions and benefits received by full-time employees, but they receive them on a pro rata basis, so if you're only working half the week, you're only going to get half the pay. So that seems simple and fair. You can also work flexi time. So employees can choose when they start and finish work, but there are usually core hours when all employees must be in the building or must be at work. So this is usually between maybe 10 and 12 in the morning and 2 and 4 in the afternoon, the kind of busy periods of the day. So as long as you're working between those hours, you choose when your start time and when your finish time is. Employees can accumulate flexi days by building up a number of additional hours worked during the month and then taking the equivalent days off later. So if you work a couple of extra hours throughout the week, build it up to a 7.5 hour shift if that's what your daily working day is, and then you get a day off and you've not had to use any of your holiday entitlement for that. You can also have a job share. So this is when two people share one job, splitting the hours between them. So for example, Joe might work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, whereas Pat will then finish the week by working Wednesday afternoon, Thursday and Friday. The hours can be split to suit the individuals who are sharing the job. Pay and benefits are also shared. So this will mean though you'd probably have to get on very well with the person that you're job sharing with. You have to work really closely together. So that's why it'd be really important that they keep in contact so that each knows what the other has done and they know exactly what work is being expected of them. Another mode of home working that we are all extremely used to by now is our home working. So employees are able to work from home, giving them the advantages of saving time that would normally be spent travelling, having greater flexibility to choose when they work, and allowing their job to fit in with their lifestyle. However, the downside of home working is there might be a kind of a loss of social contact and the employee may miss out on training opportunities. So that's definitely what I think we're all feeling at the minute, is that social contact, actually being in a room with people and talking to them. Yes, before lockdown we were all in the same room, but we're still restricted with the masks, not being allowed to sit too close together, and it is just really affecting a lot of people, this home working. Another form or another mode of working is teleworking. So employees are able to work away from the office, for example, on a train, on a plane, while staying in a hotel on business, and they can stay in touch with the office via technology such as email, Skype, or mobile phone. I should probably have put in Microsoft Teams in there. So just because they're travelling to, say, go to some another location for a meeting, etc., they can still be working whilst they're travelling. You can also have hot desking. So if many employees work away from the office, there may be no need to have a desk or an office for each one of these people. So instead, employees can use any desk that is free when they need it and can book a time slot to use a hot desk when they know they will be in the office. A hot desk will usually be equipped with a telephone and a PC so that employees can access their work. And when they have finished working, they have to clear away their files and leave the area completely free for whoever uses the hot desk next. Now, this is a very popular thing with offices, where there are a lot of people who need a lot of flexibility within their working if they do a lot of travel for their job. But I do feel it's probably going to become maybe kind of non-existent from now on, because it doesn't sound very sanitary having numerous people all come in and use the desks. You'll need to make sure that they're fully cleaned and sanitised after every use, and some people may forget. Cleaners might not realise that someone had been working at that desk that day and someone comes in and uses it again. So it might end up becoming a pretty non-existent form of working. Similar to hot desking, there is also something called a touchdown area. So employees who work away from the office a lot may need to come into the office for a short time. They might need to pick something up, speak to somebody, and they may need to just send a quick email or read a document. So a touchdown area doesn't need to be booked and is a lot less formal than having a hot desk. It might just be a kind of lounge area, seating area that you can connect to the Wi-Fi and go on your computer, talk to someone in the office whilst you're there, and then that's you. You can also have a career break. So different organisations offer different types of breaks. The most common examples are when women take time out to have a family, or employees take an extended break to go travelling. The length of the break may vary according to the employee and the organisation. You can also have unpaid leave. So if an employee wishes to take a certain amount of time off but has already used their full annual leave entitlement, the company may allow them to take the time off, but they will not receive any pay for it, which seems fair enough. For example, an employee may require time off at work to care for an ill relative. They've not got any holiday time left, and they have to take some unpaid leave, a month or two of not being paid. Now, this might seem a bit cruel since it's an ill relative, and some businesses will also offer compassionate leave. So if a very close family member of yours has passed away and you don't have the holiday time to take off, a business will offer you compassionate leave so that you'll still get paid. Sometimes it's at maybe a lower rate, but you'll still get paid for taking that time off to either care for that ill relative or to grieve the loss of someone close to you. Now, I am going to read through this case study from a fictitious person called Martin Catchpole, and once I have read through it, you will then be able to go on and complete the questions that are in the assignment for the theory questions of this week, because it is on this case study. So, in 2008, I found myself facing redundancy for the first time in my career. Once I had recovered from the shock, I started to look at the job market to see what was available for me. I had looked at home working on and off for many years. Although I was sceptical at first, I decided to look at the new opportunity available from Arise for home-based call centre work that was heading to the UK after its success in the US. In my previous role as a contact centre manager, I had over the years worked alongside some smaller home working companies. Technology was advancing, and I realised that this particular market was growing and had a huge amount of living and more enjoyable work-life balance. As soon as I chose to partner with Arise, I knew that life would never be the same again, and I am pleased to say that I am still enjoying the experience just as much as ever. When I consider the savings I have made from working from home, I am astounded. I have saved 4 to 5 hours travelling time per week. That's nearly half a day in commuting alone. Wear and tear in the car has been reduced significantly. I have reduced my annual mileage from 18,000 miles to 900. The reduction in mileage has also reduced my insurance premium. The cost of fuel has risen significantly over the years, and now I can enjoy these savings too. When you factor in all these savings in, you can see that the potential income saved by working from home rises quite significantly. However, the best thing about working from home is having the time to see the children have all their firsts. Being able to do the school run and spend time with them adds a priceless element to my quality of life. So you can now pop on over to Teams and answer your case study questions and theory questions that have been posted on the assignment on Teams. Again, please email me with any questions if you're falling behind, because I know a few of you have kind of disappeared almost from me from the past week or so. I've not heard from some people at all. Since lockdown has started as well, I would really want you to get in touch. If there's anything I can do to help you, I am here to help. So have a go at your theory questions, and I will speak to you again soon. Thanks, folks.